Good morning, student. Welcome to today's class. Today we will discuss few wherever you are having some doubt. So that we are going to discuss today in live classes. You have asked few questions. In that portion, you are having some doubt. So that I'm on those parts we are going to discuss today. Okay. So first of all, one question was there, what is alum? Okay, through your as I told you all that through your emails, as you are sending the emails for asking your queries and all, so in that manner you can ask your query wherever you are having problem, that you ask, then it will be easy for us to discuss those problems. Okay, in live classes always it's not possible to explain everything there because time is very short. So better you ask your question through emails, and then in classes, in video classes, I'm going to discuss those things. Okay, so one question I have got, that is alum. What is alum, or what is potash alum? Alum or potash alum, both are same only. So its formula is K2SO4. This is potassium sulfate, Al2SO4 whole 3. This is aluminium sulfate. Along with this, 24 water molecule is there. Okay, so this is the formula of potash alum. This formula we can write either like this, or we can write in this manner: KAl, as this 2 potassium is there, so 1 we will be taking, 2 aluminum is there, so 1 aluminum we are taking, and 4 sulfate groups are there, so that for that we are taking 2, and instead of 24 water molecule we are taking 12. That means we are just making half of it. Okay, so in either this, in this manner we can express the formula of potash alum, or in this manner. Okay, so this is potassium aluminium sulfate along with water. Okay, hydrated potassium aluminium sulfate. Now, what is the use of potash alum in this sedimentation process? As this was not there in your syllabus, that's why I have not discussed during when we were discussing that. During that time I have not discussed this potash alum because it was not there in a syllabus. So this process is called loading. Okay, during sedimentation process, what we have done, if suppose muddy water, if we take muddy water, then the mud particles, the bigger mud particles, that will settle down. Suppose this is muddy water. Okay, water with, along with the mud particles, these are there. Now see, these mud particles will float here and there in this water, in this muddy water, and after some time, if we keep it in stand still, if we keep it undisturbed, this container, then after some time the uh, heavy particles of the mud, uh, the bigger particles of mud which are heavy in weight, that those particles, because of the gravity, they will settle down. Okay, and this process only we call as sedimentation. But what about the particles which are fine mud particles are also there? That's why you will be seeing the water that is that's not clear. Okay, even after the sedimentation, the water is not clear uh, like normal water. Okay, that is because of the fine mud particles which are then also which are floating here and there in this water. Okay, now to make them settle down, to make the fine particles settle down, we use this potash alum, and this process is called loading, which will which will settle down the finer particles of mud very easily, very in no time, in very short time. The alum that we use to settle down the mud particles. Okay, and the time taken for, in this process, that is much less than the normal sedimentation process where we are not using the alum. Okay, so why we are using potash alum or alum? To make the particles get sedimented in very less time. Okay, so this, as in potash alum, aluminium, potassium, this particle, this ions are there. Okay, this is very potash alum. Maybe you have seen that at your home. This is a white crystalline substance. Okay, this kind of white in a crystal in this kind of lump, you may get that at your home, and that during saving also at your home it may be used. Okay, this coagulate the particles. This if we get any cut during the saving and all, then we generally use alum. Okay, that very easily it will clot the blood. So this is the work of alum. When we are using alum, aluminium ion, aluminium 3 plus ion is there. Okay, so aluminium's valency is 3, so when it will form ion, it will form Al3 plus. Now as aluminium ion is there, so it will coagulate, or it will make the particles of, see, these are the, suppose these are the particles of mud, so it will make the particles get coagulate or get joined together, and it will and when the particles get joined together, it will form a bigger particle, and it will become heavier, and as it becomes heavier, it will easily settle down at the bottom of the beaker or the container. That means the process of the sedimentation that becomes faster if we use alum. Okay, so what is the process, what is the use of alum? Alum is alum we generally use to increase the process of the sedimentation, to make it faster. And how it makes the process faster? It will coagulate the finer particles. It will coagulate the particles of mud, or the insoluble particles. It will make them coagulate, and easily the sedimentation process will be there, and easily we can get the clear liquid. Okay, so when after using alum, we will be getting this, the particles of mud that will settle down at the bottom of the beaker. Okay, and the time taken for this will be very less, because easily we are getting the sedimentation process. And here above the sediment, this we call as sediment, you know that this is sediment, and this is clear liquid. Above the sediment, this is the clear liquid, or we call it as supernatant liquid. Okay, so this is after adding the alum, we will be getting this. Acha, next question was kinetic energy. What is kinetic energy? So this already we have discussed. There are, maybe in physics you have read that there are two kind of energy. One is potential energy, another is kinetic energy. The energy related to motion. Kinetic, this term, kinetic energy, the term kinetic means motion. So the energy possessed by a substance, by a body, because of its motion, that is called energy. So when a moving body is there, when suppose a car, okay, suppose a car is there, Okay, so when the car is moving, because of its movement, it possesses some energy. That energy we will be calling as kinetic energy. And when a substance is standing somewhere, or it is kept somewhere, so no motion is there, but because of its position, as its position is fixed there for that particular time, so it will contain some energy that we will be calling as potential energy. Okay, so we will talk about kinetic energy today. So because of the motion, the energy which is there in a body, in a substance, that is called kinetic energy. Now, for solid, liquid and gas, as we have discussed before, the particles of solid, liquid and gas, they are always in random motion. Okay, maybe the motion may vary, but they are having some motion. So now we will talk about the solid. We know that solid particles are rigid. They are not that much of they are not moving in that sense, in that manner, or the movement we cannot understand. Okay, but the particles are there in the substance, in the solid substance. The particles or the atoms or the molecules which are there, they are also moving with some with a motion, and that we will call as vibration. Okay, this motion we will be calling as vibration. So when the particle of a solid, if we consider it from its mean position, it's moving this it's moving left and right. Okay, so though the motion is very less, but it's continuously it's having some vibration. So because of this vibratory motion, so as motion is there, so it must possess some kinetic energy. Okay, now the liquid, if we consider this, for liquid, we know liquid particles, there are some gaps between the particles, and as intermolecular force of attraction is less here, so particles are bit scattered here and there. If we compare between the solid and liquid particles, the movement of the liquid particles are much more than that of the solid, because here force of attraction is more, so the particles easily cannot move, so at a fixed position they will vibrate. But as for the liquid, as the intermolecular force of attraction is less here in liquid, so the particles are free to move. Okay, the movement is more than that of the solid, because here less attractive force is there in between the particles. So because of this motion, as attractive force is less here, so the motion will be more than that of the solid. So because of this motion, the particles of liquid also having some kinetic energy which is more than that of the solid. Okay, then the solid particles are having less kinetic energy than that of the liquid, and as the liquid particles, the movement of the liquid particles are more than that of the solid, so kinetic energy will be more in liquid. Okay, that's why because of this kinetic energy, the liquid particles can flow. And what about the gaseous substances? We know gases have lot of space in between them. So the distance between the particles of gases, that is lot of space is there in between the particles of gas. So they are far apart. The particles of gases are far apart, as force of attraction is very less here in gaseous substances. And because of this, as force of attraction is very less, the particles can randomly move here and there, Okay, no such attractive, no such binding force is there to keep them together. That's why the kinetic energy, as the motion in gas particles are much more highest, so there are lot of kinetic energy in the gaseous particles, and because of this kinetic energy they can move here and there. Okay, the movement of the gaseous particles are much more than that of the liquid and solid. So kinetic energy, if we consider between solid, liquid and gas, the kinetic energy will be least in solid, it is moderate in liquid, and it is highest in gaseous substances. So student, this is all for today. Here I am ending our today's class. As we are doing in this manner, you go through the book properly, go through the book line by line, and wherever you are having doubt, you just send the query, send the doubt through email, or in live classes also you can ask that. But if I get that in through email, then I can discuss it in video classes, which is much more uh, helpful for all of us. Okay, so do that in manner. Be safe, be careful, have a nice day. Thank you.